to the fear and the greed. So, people that were buying yesterday in the extreme greed zone are probably the ones that are also kind of scared right now and stepping back that greed index back to 75 from the 85 or 84 that it was yesterday. So prediction number one is that this is never going to change, that crypto is never going to be a place where prices just skyrocket to the moon because everyone wants crypto. It's rare, it's scarce, it's never going to move like that. It is going to continue to be this whipsaw of shaking people in and out. And if I'm making predictions right now, we're going to see the same. We're going to see these moments of high excitement followed by these big drops, followed by bringing people back up, followed by bringing them back down. And so my first prediction is that if you're on the day-to-day, if you're following your Coinbase price, minute to minute, you're going to be seasick or worse. The next prediction that I can pretty safely make is that you are going to have a harder time seeing the big picture if you are drinking from the fire hose of content that is out there in the cryptoverse. So with a few exceptions, most of the stuff that you're going to find on YouTube and Twitter and other places is absolute garbage. It's the kind of junk food that rots not just your brain, but your soul. And God, if there's one thing that I'm excited that I've done this year, it's to get out of that headspace and to stop, smelling everybody's farts about crypto and, drinking the Kool-Aid that we all just kind of bled in, and just having that stepped back view. And yeah, so if you are listening to the people in the space that are shouting about, the next 100x this, the next blah, 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 that is precisely what has always been driving the extremes of this volatility in the crypto market. And the only reason that someone would buy at 64 is because they thought it was going to 200. And the only reason why they would sell at 55 is because they thought it was going to 20, right? So that whole echo chamber is really built into this. And if you care about yourself, you care about the people around you, unsubscribe from any channel that isn't, or that is just like shouting at you this nonsense. And this probably isn't going to win me a lot of friends, but I'm not really here to make friends. But that honestly is one of my biggest gripes and why I'm kind of reluctant to be one of these people in the first place, giving predictions on YouTube. But that's number two, is that the voices in this space are not here to help you. And then prediction number three is, again, it's kind of rooted in this understanding of how the market moves and why. The why behind why the market moves is not that these things are super valuable and rare and everyone needs them and you're going to, be a millionaire overnight and yada, yada, yada. The why is because this is a very, very profitable game for people to play. And nobody who's making money with this wants the price to just go straight up and wants to see a $200,000 Bitcoin. It's a waste of energy and time and money-making possibility, because these distributions and accumulations are how money is made. Boatloads of money, piles and piles and piles of money. And they might tell you that, US dollars, that's crap. You don't want that. It's all Bitcoin all day. That's bullshit. They are making money hand over fist. They're using it to start companies, fly jets around the world, do all kinds of crap. And that's still the economy that we live in. So don't fool yourself into thinking that the US dollar value taking profits, or whatever your local currency is, take profits. That's why there are distributions. That's why smart money puts price action in this kind of a phase, is to take profit. It's a business. If you're not profiting, you're losing. You're either at the table or you're on the menu, right? So that is, and I love how I just draw all this crap on the chart as if it means anything at all. But that is sort of that next thing that I'm just, if I'm looking at this right now and I'm making predictions, I can already see these patterns forming again, this distribution type pattern. And that doesn't mean that it's going to go down anytime soon. This might be the early phases of a distribution, But just like we saw kind of back here, if we just take some chart pattern, take these bar patterns, and let's just go from, I was looking at this earlier and I thought that this was kind of reminiscent of like from here. Let's just see what this would look like. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just curious if we were to kind of take this first little drop and kind of stretch and fit to see whatever we want to see, you know, is there a pattern that's starting to set up that might take us to, you know, 88? You know, I'm excited. That's cool to see an $88,000 Bitcoin, but you just have to remember that, you know, if even this were to happen, we're still in this distribution phase. The purpose of it is to take holdings that were accumulated over a range like this or even before, and then to sell them at the highest price they can, while that narrative is always future looking, is always bullish, is always going up until they drive it back down and we have another accumulation. So, you know, be excited, get out there, make some money, be smart, but don't believe the hype. Don't believe the kind of, what would you call it? It's like a religion, right? The Bitcoin religion is that this is going to, even Willy Woo, oh my gosh, I was so pissed. This comment from Willy Woo that his prediction is that this cycle, the price of Bitcoin will be 1 Bitcoin, because by the time this cycle is done, there will be no USD. It'll just all be Bitcoin. And that's the kind of bullshit. But people to, you know, do the wrong thing at the wrong time in this kind of predacious cycle, just so it can all be scared out of them and turned around and done again. And so I have no doubt, I've said this since the beginning, I have no doubt that crypto is going to continue to go up and to the right. I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't, because this game is profitable. The people that are making profits in it love it. There's more exchanges every day. There's more companies in this space. There's no reason for crypto to stop just, you know, crushing it as a place for investment, but to just detach yourself from the, you know, bull run narrative or the just wild predictions, the 100x altcoins, all that kind of stuff. We saw the mayhem. We saw how many people were hurt by this last time. And if this happens again, don't say you didn't have at least a few voices in the space, not telling you it was going to happen, but just saying, you know, if this happens, don't get caught with your pants down. This, I think, now is sort of the cycle and the pattern that we can expect a mature marketplace to move in. And I think that the volatility is going to get less and less as the price gets higher and higher, and there are more players. There are more kind of, I don't know, wills behind the scenes. That composite man is made up of more and more interests. That's what will eventually smooth out these wrinkles. But right now, we're still in the Wild West, and just be careful. Just be careful. Yeah, so that's my prediction. I will say that if things continue to go up, I would be pretty surprised to see things go past, you know, $80,000. I think for, you know, the types of distributions and accumulations, as far as like the amplitude of those patterns, this is about, I mean, this seems really high to me even. I could even see this being potentially a tighter kind of distribution moment, you know, same kind of patterns. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the world? I just wanted to come on here and kind of, as always, offer a little bit of antidote to the thought that we're going to, you know, $200,000 this cycle. Not because I don't want it to, but just because when you start to really steep in why the market moves this way, it's money, it's profit, it's other people's profit, and when you buy here, that's their profit. So yeah, check the fear and greed index. When things get cool, that's the time to buy. When things are overheated, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing, you know, comes crashing down. Always has, always will. We can go and look at the entire lifetime of crypto, and you're going to see the same effect. Every time we're in a greedy space, people are buying. That's when smart money is selling. And when you should be buying, when we all should be buying, is when the narrative is absolutely the worst and everyone is being scared away from it. This is going lower. It's going lower. It's going lower. Yeah, so that's that. I'm going to stop there because I'm a minute away from being late and I have to go to the other side of town. But I hope this was helpful. And until next time, check out the Crypto Garden. I can't stress enough that I am not the smartest cryptoer at the table. When I am at the table at the Crypto Garden, there are amazing people there that are creating great content. They are actually helping people navigate their emotions, learn how to trade, and not just kind of FOMO in and out of things. And yeah, that's my sales pitch to you. If you like crypto, if you like this kind of stuff, you want to learn more, be better at it, the Crypto Garden was the kind of lifeboat that I created along with the other people in the garden so that this type of content had a good place to live. You can go check out that YouTube channel. There's a whole Crypto Garden YouTube channel with a lot more people and voices and thoughts. And so, yeah, I'm going to boogie. But until next time, cheers.
By Skybridge co-CIO and president Brett Messing, who's also joined by our special guest today, who you likely know.